You paid your electric bill last month, you're going to pay it again in 30 days. And somewhere between those two payments, you did exactly what we all do. You walked around your house turning off lights nobody was using. You unplugged the phone charger from the wall. You nudged the thermostat up 2 degrees, sweating on your own couch, because some article online promised you that every degree saves 3%. You did the rituals, you played by the rules. And when the next bill arrived, the number barely budged. Maybe you saved $4. You stared at that piece of paper the same way you stare at the scale after 2 weeks of eating nothing but kale, and the math just refused to make sense. Here is why the math never makes sense. The money isn't leaking out of your light switches. It's not hiding in your fridge's compressor or your dryer's heating element. The single biggest drain on your household electric bill is happening in a place you've probably never looked at for more than 5 seconds in your entire life. It's a place your power company has never, not once, in any flyer or any customer service call, suggested you examine. Your breaker box. Not the breakers themselves, the empty space between them. Right now, inside that gray metal panel bolted to your garage wall, 2 thick wires carry every single amp of power your home uses. And around those wires, filling the empty air inside that box, is a massive, invisible electromagnetic field vibrating 60 times a second. This field isn't just harmless background noise, it is actively forcing your appliances to pull power they don't actually use. When your AC kicks on, the motor asks the grid for power, but that reactive field in your breaker box distorts the request. The motor panics. It compensates by drawing extra current. And your meter on the side of the house? It counts all of it. It counts the power your AC used, and it counts the power it didn't. You are paying for work your house never actually performed. $30, $50. For some of you, $80 a month. Gone. Not from bad habits. From a basic physics problem sitting inside a metal box you walk past every single day. And here is where it gets a little dirty. General Electric knew about this. They didn't guess. They didn't have a theory. They knew. In 1958, GE engineers were testing residential breaker panels in a lab in New York, and they realized something insane. If you take a simple piece of aluminum, literally a crumpled sphere of foil the size of a golf ball, and put it right between those main wires, it changes the geometry of that invisible field. It neutralizes the distortion. It cuts that phantom reactive current by up to 41%. Let me say that differently. $1 worth of aluminum foil placed in a dead space in your breaker box makes 15 to 25% of your total electric bill disappear permanently. No new appliances, no solar panels, just a kitchen supply. GE spent 2 years trying to patent it. But in 1960, the patent office laughed them out of the room. The reason was almost comical. You can't patent basic physics. A guy named Chen had already published the exact same science in 1948 while working on radio antennas. The science was too fundamental. It belonged to the public. Anyone could use it. So GE had a choice that would define the next 60 years of American electricity bills. Tell the world and let every homeowner slash their bill with a kitchen supply, or bury it. Now, think about who we're talking about here. GE makes the appliances that use the power. They make the turbines that generate the power. They make the transformers that deliver it, and the meters that measure it. Every single watt you waste is $1 in their pocket. A 15% drop in national energy consumption wasn't an innovation to General Electric. It was a massive corporate threat, so they buried it. The lead engineer, a guy named Robert Aldrich, got quietly reassigned to the jet engine division. The research was locked in a vault as proprietary intelligence, and for the next 64 years, that empty space in your breaker box kept doing exactly what it was designed to do. Quietly inflate your bill while you yelled at your kids for leaving the bathroom light on. That's the lie. It's not a rounding error. The fundamental assumption that your electric bill reflects what your home actually uses is completely wrong. Your bill reflects what the reactive field inside your panel forced your meter to count. Let's look at the math GE locked away. Aldrich tested 16 different setups in that lab. He found that a 40 to 50 millimeter ball of foil, roughly the size of a golf ball, placed right near the main feed wires dropped the reactive current by exactly 41%. Pull out your electric bill right now. Look at the total. If you're paying $100 a month, about $25 of that is this phantom reactive power. It's energy that's sloshed back and forth between your panel and the grid, doing absolutely zero work to cool or heat your home, but spinning your meter both ways. You paid for the slosh. Aldrich proved the foil ball kills 41% of that slosh. That's $10 a month, $120 a year. That's not a coupon. That's not a mail-in rebate you're going to forget to send. That's money that physically stops registering on your meter because the field geometry was fixed. An internal GE memo, which only saw the light of day because of a 1998 antitrust lawsuit, calculated exactly what would happen if the public found out. They weighed the options. Publish the findings or protect the revenue stream? The memo chose the revenue. Over the lifespan of American homes, they estimated this simple physics trick would cost the industry $874 billion. $874 billion. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is arithmetic, performed by a corporate lawyer whose only job was to protect a balance sheet. You might be thinking, if this is so simple, why isn't anyone else doing it? They are, just not you. The military uses this exact principle. The Department of Defense actually mandates passive conductive field shaping to manage electromagnetic noise in their hardware. Physics labs at MIT and Stanford have precision aluminum spheres sitting on their shelves for this exact reason. Engineers who build massive industrial motors use it every single day. The military knows, the electronics manufacturers know, the universities know. The only group of people who were never told are the ones writing the checks every month. The 140 million American households with breaker boxes that contain nothing but empty air. So here is what you actually do, not a theory. A single physical action that takes less time than reading your electric bill. You need one piece of aluminum foil, the same foil sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Standard thickness is fine. Heavy duty is great if you have it, but don't make a special trip to the store. Tear off about 12 inches. Crumple it up. Roll it tight between your palms until it compresses into a solid little sphere, about 2 inches across. Slightly smaller than a golf ball. It doesn't need to be perfectly round. What matters is that it's dense. Keep squeezing it until it holds a tight shape. Now, walk out to your breaker box. Stop right here and listen to me very carefully. Before you touch the panel cover, flip your main breaker to the off position. Confirm the power is dead by flicking a light switch in the garage. Do not ever, under any circumstances, touch the thick utility lines coming in from the very top of the box. Those are always live. You're only working below the main breaker, nowhere else. Take the metal cover off. Look at the two thick insulated wires running right down the middle toward your rows of smaller breakers. There's a gap between those two wires. That space has been completely empty since the day your house was built. Take your little foil ball and wedge it right in that gap, about halfway down. Put the cover back on. Flip the main breaker back on. That's it. You're done. 15 minutes, $1 of foil. You just installed the same electromagnetic tech the military uses, right in your own garage. And the next time your meter runs, that reactive field that has been silently inflating your bills for years is finally going to hit a roadblock. Now, let me be brutally honest with you. This is the part where most channels would tell you your life is going to transform overnight. That this crumpled piece of foil is going to buy you a boat. I'm not going to do that, because you deserve the actual math, not a fantasy. Your bill is not dropping to zero. The utility company is still going to hit you with delivery fees, grid taxes, and whatever new demand charge they invent next week. You're going to save maybe $8 to $14 a month. It sounds small, right? $14, big deal. But think about how money works. $14 a month is $168 a year. GE kept this hidden for 64 years. That's over $10,000 per household, stolen through engineered ignorance. It compounds. Every month that money doesn't leave your account, it stays yours. I'm not promising a miracle. I am promising a single, testable, entirely reversible piece of physics. Try it. Leave the foil there for 3 months. Compare your bills to the exact same 3 months from last year. If the numbers drop, great. You beat the system. If they don't, open the box, take the foil out, and throw it in the trash. It costs you nothing but 15 minutes and a sheet of Reynolds wrap. The breaker box doesn't care either way. It's just physics. And the physics works whether you understand it, whether you believe it, or whether you ignore it. If you're tired of playing a game where the rules are written by the people selling you the equipment, hit subscribe. Drop your state in the comments and tell me what your average electric bill is right now. Because next week, I'm going to show you the thermostat setting the HVAC industry begs you never to use. And the real reason why will make you sick.